everyone. We're finished walking, and I, I had my eye mascara was all messed up yesterday. It reminded me though, for anyone who cares, when you sleep on your left side, it's actually better. That was my left eye. No, I'm not Illuminati. Whatever eye they cover up, I don't know. But when you lay on your left side, it circulates your blood better. So if anybody is a side sleeper, I just looked it up to see if it's a thing, because I heard it a long time ago and I didn't read it. Somebody said. So I never bothered to look it up. So yeah, it's better for your circulation, your blood circulation, and your maybe your heart. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys, anybody has a preference, right or left. But yeah, the left side. I generally do sleep left because my dog sleeps on the other side, and he doesn't like me when I have my back to him. So anyway, yeah. And I was also thinking, I wanted to, because I was listening to JD Farag, the prophecy update, and then it's not downloaded yet. So then I kind of have to listen to it all the way again. Well, and because I don't get the music, the worship music in that on YouTube. So, but he was going over 2 Timothy, and I had been reading that. But I need to read 1 Timothy also, because I was looking for that verse. But yeah, about, the soldier, and don't conform to this world, or, this world isn't our home. So anyway, I'm discombobulated because, he was also mentioning the crowns and the rewards, and how there are some people living on earth as Christians. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I also want to make a video one day about apologizing for the one video I had made, which, I'm not sorry for the video. I was saying how, where in the Bible does it talk about the Great Commission? So even if you Google that, that is kind of man-made. I forgot what year they came up with that and why. But since then, God has led me to verses in Timothy and in Corinthians where it does say that we need to preach the gospel. Yes. So, and then another thing I was going to apologize about was, maybe nobody had, when I say I read comments, it's not like I'm sitting here reading all the comments all the time. I don't. It's just, usually when I say that, it's from the past, when I used to read them, and then a little bit now. And even back then, I never even really pay attention to names, or who the person is that's saying it. So I don't know. But what I guess for a brief time I was thinking, well, maybe Jesus is going to tarry, that verse, he's going to tarry, but which also, it's not contradictory, but his return is imminent. But it does say in the Bible that the bridegroom tarried. So they're both kind of, we don't know when he's tarrying, and we don't know when he's coming. So also, I, for a brief moment, thinking, well, maybe Trump, God does want him in, and yada, yada. So there are so many prophets out there pertaining to Trump. But anything else, you never hear about prophets of God, right? It's only the prophets of God that are talking about, oh, America is going to survive, right? And bounce back. But I want to apologize about that, because I would get on there maybe toward the end when Jesus is like hitting me in the head saying, no, no, no. He's like, that's putting my imminence that's putting Trump before my imminence. So that's wrong. So, I mean, and I'm not saying I totally jumped on board with that, but I and I did have a few questions when I would be commenting, and then, but I want to apologize because there was a time out after that I was bombarding it with like, and anybody else, I'm like, oh, prophecy this, prophecy that, and I didn't say that, but that's what I'm thinking in my head. And then God led me to another verse. Again, he's like, no, Cece, you're wrong. You're wrong. Prophecy is for edification. It is for edification of the body. Well, I was griping at them, saying that they aren't like the prophets in the Bible. In the Bible, those prophets, and they're all Old Testament, of course, and I said, those prophets weren't prophesying to the body. Why are you guys out here prophesying to the body? Those prophets of old, and I didn't say of old, because I like the Old Testament, and that's mainly the prophets I've read, and I forgot about the New Testament that said prophecy for today out in the New Testament is for edification of the body. So I forgot about that. But I was over here, yeah, like I said. So then I'm like almost home, Pop. Then I said they're speaking to the wayward. They're speaking to the wayward, and they're speaking warning. And even before this Trump thing, people like in 2020 and 21 and 22 always like, oh, let's pray against whatever blah blah is happening and the COVID and the blah blah and whatever. And I was like, you can't pray away prophecy. This is it, y'all. God, y'all just want to stay here, don't you? But anyway, yeah, I wanted to one day apologize for that when I was jumping people for prophesying to the body, encouragement, which to me isn't even really encouragement. Encouraging us that, oh yeah, Trump is going to be great again. Something like that. You know how it is. So, yeah. I was comparing the prophets of today with the old prophets that warn, and they're not talking to the body. They're warning the outside, wayward and lost and stuff. And they had nothing good to prophesy. So, yeah, those two things. And then until next time, I think I'll read out of the Bible. I've been listening to this contemporary English in 2 Corinthians, and it is so different from my English Standard Version or the King James, which I haven't read in a while, but I want to reread it, 2 Corinthians and even first. But I think it's so delectable. It's just really, really good. Okay, I guess I'll go in now. Gotta go to the grocery store, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.